Hi there students. Before I start this video, I want to remind you that I'm going to make a live stream test this Sunday evening. That's going to be the 15th of December, Sunday, at 7 p.m. UK time, and I'm going to do a live stream, well, another test. And if you have any questions, do go into the live stream and you can ask your questions there, okay? And I will try and answer them. So this video is about the phrase to cross the Rubicon, or just the Rubicon. You can use it just the Rubicon as well. This is a phrase that says to go past the point of no return. To take a decision that commits you to one course of action. There's no turning back. To do something that cannot be reversed. Yeah? An action that is something that the situation cannot be changed once you've done it. Or even just to take an action with consequences. So, for example, when he signed the contract, he crossed the Rubicon. So, with this contract, he had signed it and there was no turning back. He was committed to his course of action. I gave up my job to become a video maker in YouTube. Leaving my job was the Rubicon. I crossed the Rubicon by leaving my job. Okay, it's something irreversible. I can't go back again. I think this results in the British election of Boris Johnson winning a large majority means that the UK has now crossed the Rubicon as far as Brexit is concerned. It's clear now it is going to happen. Yeah? There's no turning back from here. The UK will definitely leave. Okay, so to cross the Rubicon, to do something that cannot be undone. Like to burn your bridges. Yeah? You could say, Alia Jacta est, the die is cast. Okay? Fate will tell now. To commit yourself to one specific course of action. So let's look at the origin of this. This comes from Roman history. And I think in 49 BC, Julius Caesar was ordered to disband his legion, tell them to go away, and to go back to Rome. And he was ordered not to cross the Rubicon River with his army. Now, the Rubicon River is a river in northwest, central west Italy. And that was the northern border of Italy at that time. Now, when Julius Caesar, crossed the Rubicon with his army, this was like a declaration of war. And it was what started the Civil War. So by crossing the Rubicon, he gave a very clear signal that he was not going to obey. It was a declaration of war. And after he had crossed the Rubicon, there was no turning back. He had burned his bridges. He couldn't go back to the people and say, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. No. And it's reputed that he said, Alia Jacta est, the die is cast. the situation is now irreversible. Okay? And still today we use this phrase to cross the Rubicon, to take an action which is irreversible, something that you can't go back on. Okay? So yes, giving up your job to start a new life, that's crossing the Rubicon, because it's very probable that you're not going to be able to go back. Okay? So this is when the action that you take, that means you are definitely now committed to this course of action. Okay? So, what about formality? Let's see. I would say this phrase is slightly formal. I guess you could use it in an informal conversation in the pub, but you're probably better with something like "I've burned my bridges," or "I can't go back. There's no going back now that I've done this." I think you could definitely use this phrase "cross the Rubicon" in a very formal document or an essay or something like that, and it would certainly look very good. It would also look good in a semi-formal context as well. I think in the informal situation you run the risk that people don't know what it means. I think a lot of people do, but it's slightly posh, and it's showing that you have some knowledge of classical literature, of the classics, okay, of classical literature. So, to cross the Rubicon, a phrase meaning to go past the point of no return, to take a decision that will definitively have consequences. Yeah, where there's no turning back. So the signing of the contract was the Rubicon on his change of lifestyle. Yeah, the UK has crossed the Rubicon as far as Brexit is concerned with this election result last week. It was okay. So there you go. To cross the Rubicon. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. To cross the Rubicon.